bit of a sad time, but exciting time at the same time. The champion squad, we have quite a few changes to the team, so before we go any further, let's go ahead and look at some of the drops, some of the additions, and go over what the new teams look like. So starting off, we have our only survivors. We have our Arceus, Zarude, and Landers. Unfortunately, long story short, this season has definitely not been what we were hoping for. We definitely had quite a few weeks where luck was just not on our side. Other weeks we were just so close, yet just came up short, and other weeks we just got smacked. So let's go ahead and let's just look at. I guess let me say these three I've been pretty happy with. I haven't really had any issue with Landers being our main special attacker. Zarude I'm definitely keeping as our Terra captain, and then Arceus I just feel like is the best Uber on the board. There's nothing to swap with, and I've been quite happy with it. So there's been no reason to get any of these threes off the team. But we'll go ahead and go over some of the drops. I gotta say bye to all of our fellas. Let's start in order. Annihilate is a very good mon. I feel like just in Ubers, that power level just might not be there, and in the addition of it's my second time trying to use Annihilate, and unfortunately, I just seems like I can't use it. Would be a nice way to put it. So unfortunately, we're gonna go ahead and drop it. Unfortunately, let's see what else we got. Iron Mouth I actually had quite fun with. We had too much stacking poisons, and its speed tier was just a little bit too slow, and I wanted something more diverse. Iron Moth, I think, of everyone that we're dropping, is kind of the one that I really wanted to keep, but there was a mon a little bit higher that could be more versatile for us. Jirachi, we just really haven't been able to bring it. We only brought it one, and it just got slapped turn one, which, I mean, we'll say is on me still, but at the same time, just trying to bring it how diverse it is. It was fun to try different things of trying in the team build process, but it just never was like really good into a matchup where it was really good utility wise to say, yeah, I'm definitely bringing it. So it's just been hard to bring. And we found a steel type on the board that's probably going to be a little bit better for us. Earthworm we had as our hazard setter. We never brought it, unfortunately. So that kind of just is what it is there. Swampert we are dropping as we were trying to use it as our main physical wall, in addition to just sometimes be a special wall with a potential AV. Just unfortunately, for all the high tier mons, in addition to Ubers, it was just getting slapped around too much, and kind of trying to be that wall, it just wasn't able to fill that spot, unfortunately. Tentacruel was fun to use, but similar to Swampert, just with where the skill level is, it was just a little bit lacking. It was good being our hazard removal, but besides that, it just didn't really do much. And then we're also dropping our other Terra Captain, Enamor's Therian. It had some fun sets. We definitely did try. It's probably right behind Iron Moth as a mon that I didn't really want to drop, but we did find something else to replace it. That probably just fills the role a little bit better. So let's go ahead, let's say farewell to our fellas, and let's go ahead and look at our first edition, which is going to be our new Deadfall Baxcalibur. Basically taking Annihilate's place. Basically just here, we really needed a dragon type. A dragon type would be, it's just kind of something we needed, that threatening sweep potential. I guess more so offensive threat than simply having Arceus. 145 attack, massive. It's pretty damn bulky. Thermal exchange, being able to not be burned. Scale shot, dragon dance, swords dance, so many different sets that we can run. I haven't used it, so this is definitely a fun time to attempt to use. And since we got Excalibur, we also had one of the thickest mons on the board still available to pair up with it, so why not go ahead and grab Glow King or Spike Strip. I mean, here to set up Snow, be very annoying, going to be a very good defensive pivot with Regenerator, hence why, one of the main reasons why we're dropping Iron Moth was basically we picking up another poison type. I mean, something where we didn't want to be too ground weak. Cherry Section, Toxic, I know it gets Toxic Spike, Slack Off Psychic. I mean, this is just going to be annoying pivot mon, really good defensively on the special side, so gonna definitely be fun to use. And then we also got a new Iron Maiden Corviknight, our new Steel type. Hopefully will be a better defensive mon, physically defensive mon, in addition to having Defog, gets, Taunt, Roost, gets both screens, so it's definitely going to be, I feel like, more, it's definitely going to be more dependent for physical wall that Swampert wasn't able to, and is going to be just a really good Steel type. Plus, a Steel type not weak to ground is always great. And now we have our other Terra Captain. We're swapping Enamorous for Comfey. Comfey just being able to do triage nonsense, pretty bulky with pretty bulky. You got your Calm Mindsets, Leech Seed. I mean, this is just going to be an annoying threat that you're going to have to prep for every single week. Thought it was only, I believe, 1 point less than Enamorous Therian, which, like I said, we probably would have kept Enamorous Therian, but we picked up a few higher tier mons, so we were just short on points, and I feel like going from Enamorous to Comfey is not really that much of a downgrade, so I was very happy to do that in order to boost the team up somewhere else. Which one of those was a recently dropped Primarina. Gonna be our main special wall, being able to just do what Primarina does. I haven't used it yet, but it was dropped. We needed to replace another fairy type. Gives us our bulky water type. We're definitely gonna benefit. As you can see, we kind of from the previous squad, we kind of got our physical. We got our physical defensive mon. This is gonna be more so our special. Just being able to do Primarina things, I'm really hoping that this will have more success than our Tensor. And then, speaking of high points, one of the main reasons we had Comfey was we're running back. I wanted to grab my boy Cinderace. Definitely needed a fire type, and Cinderace's speed with Libero and also gives us court change if we ever have to deal with hazards. I mean, Cinderace just does Cinderace things. I really wanted a fire type, and it was on the board. I am very comfortable using it, which is one of the main reasons I am grabbing it. I'm just very happy it was on the board, so it's one of those things where I was willing to drop down to Comfey to actually get Cinderace. And I feel like it's going to really being able to have a lot of different sets to be able to be threatening every single week. And then for our last mon, we really needed hazards in addition to we were a little bit low on points, and I actually saw Glimmet, which with Eviolite is pretty damn bulky. Even if we want to just run Sash, we have obviously Toxic Debris, and technically a pretty respectable 105 special attack that can definitely catch some people on surprise. I mean, it's basically there to set up hazards. You never know, maybe set up hazards and freaking Memento out, can self-destruct, even just to set some toxic spikes with Toxic Debris. I definitely see a week I definitely see a few weeks that we may bring it here in the future, because hazards will go a long way for us. And that is our addition. I definitely feel like we are right at mid-season. I definitely think we do have time to swap it around, and that we're going to be starting with this upcoming week. Alright, welcome back to this week of UBDL. Let's go ahead and get quickly into this team builder. It's quite late at night, so we're not going to go into too much detail, but let's look at the team that we're bringing. The new, obviously, just with the little preview of, or I guess the transaction video that we did right before this, went ahead and see some of our changes, which we see quite a few of them here. making their season debut. First off, we're leading with our Excalibur Deadfall, running the usual Swords Dance skill shot set. Just gonna basically be out there just to do damage, always there to deal with anything that we have with Icicle Sphere and skill shot being stab. Earthquake hits his team rather well. So that's where we're going there. Then we got Slow King. This is going to be our main Zacian set if it decides to set up or just to get rid of that single boost that it gets to its attack. Hopefully be able to red card it out to basically negate that. The Agility Reception to pivot out. Ice Beam, Flamethrower, Slack Off. Then we got our a pretty fun Arceus set with Cosmic Power, Recover, Earth Power, Judgment. Basically there to basically set up on something with Cosmic Power, be bulky as hell and just do constant damage and be hard to remove. Snare being the Poison Terror type, going to be very good into his team, especially very good defensively into the Zacian, especially if we get a bulk up set going. We'll be looking very nice. Our main defensive check for Zacian as well, in addition to the Garchomp, we have our Iron Maiden with the Rocky Helmet. This is going to be our designated lead even with Glamour. We're putting Flash Cannon on it in order to be able to two-shot the Glamour and keep Toxic Spikes off. And then just Roost to be able to heal up. And then a fun Choice Scarf Primarina set to be able to really take advantage of the potential of Zapdos, depending on the Zacian set, Garchomp obviously, so that's just a fun idea that I kind of threw together. There was a lot of mods that I really wanted to bring, but it is currently quite late, and I really don't feel like going. I didn't have time to go into super detail and any mocks, so this just seemed like a fun team to go ahead and go with for our first week of the new guys. So let's go ahead and get into the battle and try to get this done.